It's the one time it doesn't do it.
Did it do anything?
Oh,
Yeah, it did.
that did.
Fantastic.
5 o'clock.
Excellent.
That's fantastic.
Yep, okay, good.
Okay, are you guys ready then?
Yes.
We're ready.
Okay, so it's officially 5 o'clock. I'm gonna call the April 8th Park Board meeting to order, and I will do roll call. Ruwadi,
Here.
McDaniel,
Here.
Herneman is absent, Frisch,
Here.
Jameson is absent, Knudsen,
Here.
and Miller is absent. Okay, so because our chair and vice chair are not here, we have to nominate someone to be the chair. So I will take nominations for everybody. Verbally, you gotta actually, I see you looking.
I will nominate Lynn.
I will second that. Okay, is there anybody else that wants to nominate someone? If not, we'll close the nominations. And then I believe we actually have to physically do another motion to say that you want to nominate. I mean, that Lynn will be the chair, sorry. We already did the nomination, but now we actually have to motion to actually.
I will make the motion to now, that Lynn will be the chair tonight.
Okay,
I will second that.
all right, thank you. And motion carried?
Oh, yeah. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay.
Whew, that was really official. Thank you so much, Peggy, for getting us through that. Okay, item 3 is approval of meeting minutes for March 11th, 2025.
Yeah, so I actually was going to have those available for you, but my past week has been very busy and I have not been able to get to them, so I hope to have them to you in the next meeting. My apologies.
Sounds just fine to me. We'll move right along on to number 4, public appearances. 4A is community input. This part of the agenda allows members of the public to provide information to the park board. There's a description that's very long. I won't read it all, but 3 minutes maximum per speaker for a total of 15 minutes. Anyone here for public comment? Community input? Okay. We'll move along to item 5, which is reports from village staff. 5A is the Director of Public Works report, JC Community Park tree trimming.
All right, so I'll try not to just kind of repeat everything in the memo here, but very briefly, our park staff have noticed for a couple of years now that the tree line on the northeast side of JC Park that kind of parallels Nygaard Street is getting pretty shaggy. It is a bunch of evergreens in there, and this tends to happen with evergreens. I think it's actually a natural part of their growing process, but they start to die along the bottom and get kind of new growth up top. But the corollary to that is that the bottom looks not so great. I'm going to try to adjust the mics because I'm hearing a lot of reverb here. I apologize. It's a little high. All right, that should be better now. So what we are proposing to do is essentially go in and clean it up, get rid of a lot of this dead growth that's at the bottom of the trees, as well as, of course, picking up anything that's fallen off and kind of just is lying there on the ground. There are also some kind of low quality volunteers that we see here and there along that same tree line, so we'd like to take those out too. Doing this work would have a number of benefits. It would make it look much nicer. It would also improve access for our staff. We do mow back here, and Alliant has facilities back here, so they do need access, and this would really help them out. We've also heard a lot from our fire department, especially in light of the California fires, about the benefits of clearing out anything that could potentially be a fire hazard, and this is kind of one of the big ones, is this kind of dead brush that could theoretically be an issue there. So we sent out letters to all the residents that back this tree line to come tonight if they had any questions about this cleanup. just so we could kind of talk through it and hear their concerns. But yeah, that's generally the idea.
Any questions or comments for Lauren? The only thing I will say is that from my background in having discussions with you about this, that there's been multiple reach outs to those neighbors and the residents nearby. So there has been quite a bit of due diligence in making sure that people are aware of this and can express any concerns they may have. So I appreciate that. Do you need a motion for this?
See,
It says no
doesn't look like
specific.
it. Nope.
Great. Love that.
Perfect.
Okay. If no strong objections, we'll move right along. Okay. Director of Community Development Report, Item 1, Morgan Hack's final presentation for the Conservation Park Master Plan Capstone Project to be presented at the May 13th, 2025 Park Board meeting. Look at that. Sounds
That
great.
is correct.
Looking forward to that. C is Recreation and Programming Coordinator Report, 2025 Community Park Cleanup.
All right, so the community park cleanup is underway. We, one of our newest board members took care of Gary Dish Park, even though it's not even on the list, so I thought that was pretty cool. So Alex Marks through OSD has done a great job promoting this. The village will start to promote it more now that the election's done. I just didn't want it to get buried under all of that. So we've had quite a few groups sign up, but there are still plenty of parks left. So if you are interested, you can check out the village's Facebook page or in the park board packet.
Awesome. Any questions for Leanne on this? Fantastic. Item number 6, unfinished business. I don't see anything, so I'll move along to item 7, which is new business. 7A is Kaiser Park mural, and I think Michelle is here to discuss.
I am, and Marilee, who's actually the artist. I brought, although I think, I was gonna say, I believe Lauren so kindly put the graphic up for us. So Marilee is the actual artist on this.
Okay. So I don't know if you want any background of my artist, you know, what I've done. I have an art degree. I've taught for 39 years out at Oak Hill Correctional Institution. I was always involved in sports when I was younger, and so when we talked about doing this, I was kind of excited about it, and so kind of came up with several different ideas and eventually came to be what you see here.
Yeah,
And-
so, I mean, basically, this all started with,
Can
can
you
you
guys just
hear us through the mics?
Chat really
I'll
close
get a
to the
little
mic
closer.
so that OCA can pick that up.
So, this all started, basically, we're with the art committee, as some of you may know, and so I'm the chair of the art committee, Michelle Marks. And Randy Gleish and Marilee and several of us have obviously brought all these sculptures and the wraps on the utility boxes. So this is a continuation of bringing art to Oregon. So this would go, or we're proposing, this would actually go on the Kaiser Park bathroom wall, the street side that faces, I believe it is Park Street. So that's exactly what this rendering is. And so we actually pay for it. We pay for the art, we pay for the installation. We have the funds basically that we've raised through donations, sponsors, grants that we've applied for, which is where all the sculptures have come from, and all the utility box wraps have all been paid for by the art committee. So this does not come out of the Parks Department budget or Public Works or any of that nature. So yes, because we know that's extremely important, and obviously in today's day and age, we know that that's important for all of Oregon taxes. So started with obviously Jeff originally, who was in the position. Then I spoke with Lauren. She put me in touch with Nick. So this would be installed by the company who actually created it. And I'm sorry, their name escapes me, but it is the same company that.
Is it Alpha?
Yes.
Alpha Graphics?
Alpha Graphics. So Randy has already reached out to them. They actually are the same company that has done all the utility boxes for Oregon. So they install it. So our costs include the installation. So nothing has to come out of anybody's budget. So this would actually be a physical wrap on the building.
And they
Yep.
would actually enlarge it.
Yes, yes. So we would be looking at about a 6 foot by 8 feet, 7 inches approximately.
Correct, yeah.
Marilee's measurements.
Yeah.
So they have the graphics already, we've sent it off to them. So really, it's just kind of in the waiting process to make sure that everybody's okay with it, because we would, of course, want to take it to the village board first too and make sure that, so yeah. And then from there, if it gets approved, I would love to see more art on, I love the bathrooms, they're freshly painted. But if we could add more art around Oregon on any village property, and for that matter, if there's private companies, we've actually had several organizations reach out to us already about wanting to do some collaborations. So I think that this is just the beginning.
Yes, of course, go ahead.
So then the garage doors, are they going to be covered?
Nope, this would be to the side of the garage door, so it would not affect the garage doors at all.
Okay, thank you.
So this is so interesting to me because when I think of a mural, I thought it was painted and I was worried about it like wearing down or wearing off, but this won't wear
No,
off.
No, not at
No.
all.
Wow.
And it's kind of nice because I can do the painting on a small scale and then they can digitalize it so it's exactly the same and then, yeah, it's really a cool
Yeah.
process.
Yep.
It's fascinating. Okay.
And we still have it, we can make another one.
Yes, exactly.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Otherwise, the recommended motion is a motion to approve the installation of a baseball mural by artist Marilee Groves on the restroom building at Kaiser Fireman's Park. Do I have a motion? Is that what I say? Do I have a motion?
I will move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Awesome. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion approved. Yeah. Thank you so
You are
much.
so
Thanks for all your
welcome.
help and
Of course, we're very excited, and like I said, I think this is just a small little step, and hopefully many more pieces to come. So-
Great.
Is there any way that you could put on paid for by the art committee or?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, so we've got a website, the art committee does, that includes, a map of all the sculptures. And then we will probably make little signs, or I would imagine we'll put a little sign and it'll say funded by.
There you go.
Great.
So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
And the artist?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think Marilee, I
Yes.
believe you put your,
Oh, yeah.
it's on the baseball bat,
It's
as a
on the
matter of
baseball
fact.
Oh, okay.
And the date, which is very
And
cool.
the
Yes.
date.
Oh,
I
Thank
didn't
you.
want to be too far out there, but I wanted to be there.
Yes, of course. Great. Thank
Cool.
you so much.
You are so
Okay.
welcome. Thanks,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Have a good night. Okay, on to 7B, upcoming meeting dates. We have Tuesday, May 13th and Tuesday, June 10th. Everyone feel good about that?
Today.
Fantastic. Love that. Items for future meetings and assignments. A, possible discussion of revisiting fee structure. I was not here last month, so does someone want to talk about that?
I can speak to that one real briefly. We've kind of been exploring some fee structure things and then I think fee policies for the rental of facilities. And there was a robust discussion of that at the last park board meeting. And we got some instructions on things that the board would like to see as far as additional information that might help them start to formulate that. I did reach out to a couple of neighboring communities, and because of the spring break schedules, we just started to get that information back. So we have gotten some, we've started to digest it as a group, but I didn't want to come in with kind of a recommendation that was half-baked. And so I I think we will likely have a good amount of information and a chance to kind of discuss it internally and what it might mean by the time we get to May. And I think based on the attendance tonight, it's probably for the best that we
Yeah.
push that off for another meeting. So, but we will have it. It's in progress.
Awesome. Thank you for that explanation. So we'll just keep that on for our next meeting. Item 7D, unless anyone has any
Nope, I'm
other
good.
comments? Okay, sorry. 7D, announcements, comments, communications, upcoming meetings and events, and miscellaneous business. Park board members may provide brief statements. No discussion or action of the body shall occur. Anyone have any comments, announcements? I only have one, which is that we're going to do a tree planting event. I should have gotten the poster to this on the packet, but I didn't. We're doing a tree planting April 26th. That's the last Saturday in April at JC Community Park over on the Perry Parkway side. We're going to actually plant trees along the road, and then kind of around that soccer field. Are you showing them on a map? Thank you so much. My description was poor.
You said Perry Parkway. I'm good.
Yes, it's on that side. So we've been working with village staff. We've been working with a gentleman by the name of Jake Johnson out of Fitchburg. He's helped us purchase trees through his nonprofit organization, and we actually got the money for the trees from Alliant through a grant that we applied for. So none of that is going to get taken out of the village funds. So we got $5,000. So we're going to plant, I think, 18 to 20 trees here. And then we were able to purchase a whole nother 18 to 20 that we will plant in May, potentially. So we'll have another tree planting event at a different park as well. More to come there. But it'd be from 9 to 11. If you've never been to a tree planting, it's incredibly easy because the village staff make it easy for us. They drill the holes. So we just put the tree in the hole and we cover it with mulch and we pretty much walk away. So bring your kids. I'm bringing my 7-year-old because she can put a tree in a hole and it'll be great. So bring your friends, bring your family. It should be fun from 9 to 11, April 26th.
April 26th?
Yes. If we don't have anything else, I'll move to item 8, which is adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you so much.
It's a record.
17.